am live. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, holistic bookkeeper. It's so good to see you. Hello. So you saw me putting on my apron. Highly recommended, especially in these times that we, protect our energy a little bit because the world is a lot. I am wondering if I've got volume because I definitely see video. Do not yet know for sure if I am hearable. Hello from Santa Monica, my beautiful husband. Good afternoon from Hiram, Utah. Hope everything is going well in your world, Rain. I'm gonna just right off the top, as always, protect your energy. Like I said, put my apron on. This is it, y'all. Seriously, this is a bartending cocktail apron that I bought from one of those restaurant supply stores. Super easy to get out there in the world, but any kind of protective cloth or symbol will do. And the reason I recommend this always, but especially when you are someone who is sensitive to all the energies of the time, is because there's a nice little reminder that just putting some kind of cover on, or some people put like a little bracelet on to say don't, like, especially if you do the hand work, like if you are a body worker doing massage or doing kind of Reiki, any kind of energy, to put like little bracelets on to remind your system not to take on energy from other places and bring it into your system more than you can handle. And especially when the news is a lot, I find that those little extra steps are totally worth it in terms of my capability to still feel and experience the world, but not take on so much of it that I begin to feel as though I can't do anything about it. And of course, I want to maintain lots and lots of hope in my life. And hope for me is that whole definition of the world can be better, and I can be one of the ones to affect change in that world, helping it be better. So with all that, I am checking on you and how you're feeling. We're going to do our lunar return check-in today. My plan was that I was going to have my product for your lunar return guide available. My 13 moons later guide was going to be ready in time for my lunar return, which is coming up because we're going into our Libra moon this afternoon, and my moon is in Libra. And so the plan was to have that ready. It's not quite ready, but it could be. It could be by later today. I also have a little bit of news that I want to share that I'm going to open a couple of things over here that I'm going to show y'all. I will be live streaming again today. If you're watching this on Thursday, the 8th of January, I am going to be over here. I'm going to give y'all another YouTube link in the chat live right now. This is my daily black sweater for me, says the Holistic Bookkeeper of Canada. I absolutely love it because that black sweater is Daddy Saturn saying boundaries. Love it. This is the link. There is a fellow astrologer who also runs a publishing company, and she's a clown, she's a musician, she's, talk about multi-hyphenate type person, so creative, doing all the things. Andrea Gertz, that is her link to the live stream I'm doing with her and her co-host Jay-Z. So Andrea Gertz and Jay-Z, not Jay-Z, but Jay-Z letters, going to be doing a live stream at 2:30 Pacific today about my book, Self-Management for Actors. Y'all, I'm going to be talking with astrologers about self-management for actors. I'm so excited. I hope you'll join us. Come pop in the chat, share, say hello, give a little support to their channel over there. And I am going to also open my Canva to show y'all in progress our work along if we need it. And then one last place that I've opened up for using how do I get information about what lunar return work I want to do? I'm wearing my black ghost face cat hoodie a lot lately. Great. So it's, also the weather. I don't know depending on where you live, obviously, but the weather right now, super cold. Woke up this morning just going, oh my gosh, I'm so cold. And like clinging to my husband and my dog because both are significantly warmer creatures than I am generally. And I'm just like, oh, cold. Makes it really easy to put on the dark colors. But so for me, I have to also be careful that the dark doesn't give me more of that room to get depressed and down and like, so of course put on a little glitter because today is Jupiter's Day. Reminder about Jupiter's Day. It's easy to do all the things. It's easy to go all the extra. So I'm reminding myself to not do the longest live stream ever. Also because I'm doing another live stream in a few hours. Have you hugged yourself today? And even if you have, do it again because it feels good. Yes, we are doing the self-hug a full 6-7 minutes in. Yes, we are. Get that shadow side. All right. So I want to know, are you doing your lunar return homework or are you starting with me this month? And I've been doing mine, but getting the workbook out. There's so many priorities, especially with us bringing getting gear for the next tier back for a live round. Which if you are a performer, you're in showbiz, you don't have to be an actor, you can be any creative. You technically don't even, I guess, have to consider yourself a part of showbiz. We do have quite a few people now who have done getting gear for the next tier who are just identified as creatives and people running creative businesses that need a little more structure. It's our 100-day work-along program. And we're doing a live round, which means every 10 days we'll do office hours with my team. I'll do a few of those with them, but most of the every 10 days is going to be seeing like office hours, come meet up, check in, how's it going? But each day, new curriculum opens for 100 days, and it is a phenomenal amount of support for enoughness and mindset, and of course tools to run your creative business and get to do more of what you came here to do creatively. So hope you will join us. Hello, Vio. So good to see you as well. All right, so my moon is in Libra. And for those of you who are new to the lunar return homework, I want to make sure to give a little like how to kind of overview thing. And let's go, yes, accept all cookies, please. Let's go with, you're gonna need to remember first and foremost why we do this before I get into the how-to of it. The moon work specifically, and I'll link in the description later to the longer live stream I did on this. The moon itself represents how we feel safe, how we get our needs met. In your life car, where we are driven by the rising of our chart, your ascendant, your ruler of your ascendant is your chart ruler, and that therefore like really managing this whole life car situation, how we get around, how we navigate through life with a navigator, specifically with the map that is our sun. So we have the rising driving the car, a lot of power. We have the sun riding shotgun with the map, navigating, telling us where to go. And so this is why a lot of times people will say, I don't even really feel all that much like my sun sign. But our sun sign is a really big influence. It is sitting there with the map saying, I'm telling you, go this way, do this. And if the rising sign is like, nah, not interested in going that way, there can be a little bit of a push-pull just in the front seat of this life car. But wait, it's the big three. And in the back seat of the car, that backseat driver is making sure everybody's needs are getting met. Is everybody safe? Do we have enough snacks? Do we need to pull over at a rest stop? Do we like the music that's playing? That's our moon. That baby moon back there is making sure that everybody is doing okay on this whole life car journey. And it is a road trip of our entire lives. So the moon doesn't have a lot of power in terms of I can grab the steering wheel or I can reach over and, push the pedal across, like reach all the way across you and make you go faster, go slower, pull up the handbrake. No, The moon's not that kind of powerful. The moon is also not really bossing us around where to go or saying, hey, turn left there, or here's the markers that we're looking for along the way that tell us where we're going. Not really any of that. But the moon is making sure that the quality of the road trip feels good, feels safe, feels as though we're not going to run out of fuel, and that means energetically as well as sometimes logistically, depending on what is the sign of your moon. So each month, and technically more like 13 times a year, we get a lunar return. The moon is the fastest of all the things we track in traditional astrology, and it is the one that goes through all 12 signs in a month, less than a month, every month, except February, and then it's like actually exactly right. It's because it's like 28 and a quarter days to go all through all the signs. And so we actually get 13 lunar returns, which is a return of the moon back to the exact place it was when we were born every year. So in the 13 moons that we're going to have this year, 2026, or any year or any time period that you decide I'm going to count for a year, you get 13 moons. During those 13 lunar returns, what a wonderful opportunity to check in and say, am I safe? Am I getting my needs met? Is this life car feeling balanced? Do we need to pull over? Do we need to refuel? Or do we need to change up what the music is? And again, depending on the signs of those three in this life car, there really is something beautiful about how we can get everybody working together. But we could also have a little bit of a push-pull that we never really understand until we get this concept and then go, oh, I got this big fight going on in my life car before I even get out in traffic. And we want to make sure that we can at least control the things that we can control, not because control is the goal, but because getting those things in balance and purring and moving on along in a harmonious way, aka chart harmony, is going to make things a little bit easier so that we can handle whatever we come across in the road trip of our lives. So we're going to do this, and you can use tools like AstroSeek, and that's astro-seek.com or astro.com, or any app that will tell you when you are coming back to the exact point of your lunar return. And I will show you in my natal chart right here. I'm going to share my screen in just a second. Okay, let's see here. Am I sharing my screen? I hope I am. Right here, we are looking at yours truly. That's me. There's me with my Libra moon. She's at 18 degrees and 1 minute, okay? So when the moon moves into Libra every month or 13 times in a year, I know I'm on notice. The moon has moved into Libra. I'm going to start feeling a reset for my baby moon in the back seat. I'm going to start feeling that she being the moon, but gender it however you want, or feel free to not gender any of this at all. Just for me, the moon in my life car, very definitely, she little. Even though she's Libra, which could be pretty Cylon in how things get operated and very detached from emotion. But because my moon does rule my sun and this whole stellium up here in Cancer, oh, and by the way, Cancer being my sun, therefore navigator of the life car, we got a whole lot of relationship between these two signs. So it is very definitely something that I am constantly managing, the energy between this moon in my life car, so ruled by where my sun is, but not at all relating with my sun except by square, which is an interesting relationship already. I got a lot that I like to do to get these in a nice little wave of we understand each other, we are helping each other, we're supporting one another. And I know that every single month when we hit Libra moon, it's time for me to start going, whoop, pay attention. What can I do to give my natal moon that support that she needs so that she feels heard and seen and connected with, and more importantly, so I, as the whole experience of this life car and this whole chart and this whole soul in a temporary skin suit, how can I feel that I am better equipped to move through the world in ways that feel good to me and not so depleting? So I'm going to put the woo of the now on here, and the currently, I'll just turn it to clock. The current time that we are having this conversation has a late Virgo moon. It is in fact 27 degrees, 27 minutes Virgo. And that moon is going to move into Libra in just a few hours. And we know that because the moon moves about 13 degrees a day. So we can clock, even without an app, how soon a moon is moving into a sign just with that pace. But of course, come to join me for Use Your Moons, which is the live work along that I do where we color code the calendar. You'll know exactly the days that the moon is moving into each of the signs for the month ahead. If you want to track it with an app or whatever, you absolutely can do that. So I am going to check when is my lunar return exactly. And my lunar return exactly is going to be Saturday, the 10th of January at 3 a.m. Pacific. Specifically 3:05 a.m. Pacific. That is going to be bloop, right on the dot. I will probably be up at 3 a.m. on Saturday, honestly, because I stay up late. I tend to go to bed around 4, sometimes 5, sometimes 6 a.m. And then I get up at like 9 or 10, sometimes 11, depends on the day, depends on what I've got going on, but that is my schedule in a nutshell, and for sleep anyway. But I will probably be up at 3 a.m. on the 10th. Saturday, January 10th. And what I will do is a quick little check-in. How are we and what do we need? Now, the way that we check in with each moon is different depending on the sign. And that's why I like having these check-ins. Quick conversation to just go, do you need me to help you figure out what kinds of activities and what kinds of ways does your moon feel seen? Because it's not going to be the same for everybody. We're not going to want to advise you to get in the bathtub and connect with your moon that's in a fire sign. But if your moon is in a water sign, I am going to say you might want to get in the bathtub or at least do something that is water related because you're connecting with a water element moon. And so what kinds of activities do they need to be? It doesn't have to be all that witchy. It doesn't have to be all that elaborate. It doesn't even have to take that long. It can legit be, I'm opening up my journal and doing a quick moon check-in. Just how are you? Just a moment during my lunar return to say, how are we feeling? Are we getting our needs met? Do we feel safe? What kinds of things would help with that? And sometimes that is enough. Especially air signs can do really well with just those quick little check-ins. Earth signs, you're going to probably want to go get out in the out of doors, maybe do something that feels a little like gardening. And if you're like, I'm not into gardening, okay, great. Can you go for a walk? Can you just get outside? Can you be with Earth a little bit? Because that could help. We can go through each of the signs. I've got a way that on my website, I've got some free tools to help you get closer with some of those activities. But let me check on you real quick on the chat. Estrella says, I love the apron idea. Used to clean house with an apron on so I could carry my phone with me if I wasn't wearing clothes with pockets. That is a great reason to wear an apron with little pockets. Yes, I love that. Going to start wearing one when I work at home and in the office so I can have a day's crystal on me for easier access. Yes, the pockets are especially good for things like crystals that you know you want to have with you or any kind of energizing that you want to make sure that you're able to do. And then what I would just recommend, especially if you're using your apron for those kinds of energetic protections, that you take out all of the crystals and reset them on your altar or wherever you like to keep your crystals. Give them a home so that they don't just live in the pockets all the time. Although there are some stones that really like that kind of relationship. In fact, this is a rose quartz. This is the kind of thing that's been polished down to the shape of a heart. This is the kind of thing that can actually live like in a pocket, in a bra, like just on you, kind of like all the time. But there are others that don't prefer that. Is this lapis lazuli? I think I wanted to say that this was, there's another blue stone, not blue apatite. There's so many that are this kind of color, but this is almost lapis lazuli. I don't know. I've got a few that are like this, but I don't think this is lapis. Anyway, someone who knows crystals will know. I used to know. Oh my gosh, this one's my mom's. I just came across this. All right, we're going to get into the specific. Tell me your moon sign if you know it, and if you need me to look it up for you, put your birth information in the chat, and I will look it up for you. This is my mom's little amethyst angel. I don't know if y'all can tell. Can you see that? Put it up against my black little gloves with all the little, look at all the nitty, they just catch everything. And what it is I go, oh, it needs to be washed. And it's like, yes, then when it washes, it creates these little bitty bumps out of all the elastic that's breaking inside. I know, I'm a mess. But anyway, my mom's little angel of amethyst, and I keep that right here with me as I am broadcasting. Aries moon for Vio. I'm holding a black obsidian and rose quartz right now as I'm on the PC. Perfect. That is a great combination too. Sodalite. Thank you, Carla. Sodalite. That is the word I was looking for. Thank you. Accidentally logged in with my URube channel. Finally went live. Okay, good. Yes, hi, Michelle. Michelle from AZ. Excellent. Beautiful. Yeah, sodalite is what this one is that I was like, what is it? Because it's not blue apatite and it's not lapis lazuli, but it's, yes, sodalite. Thank you. I will try to remember that one. This is a pendulum made out of that crystal, which those are great for being able to just get a quick yes, no about anything. Okay, this is all over the place. I knew that would be Jupiter day. Aries moon for Vio, Leo moon for Michelle. Beautiful amethyst angel, thank you. My mom left that, of course, along with more of her crystal collection for me. Yeah, but that one especially. Aquarius moon for Rain. I know, it is really nice, isn't it? And even more so that it was your mom's. Yes, and my mom was very Jupiter. She had a Sagittarius moon, so there was that, but also just her energy. So Leo rising, Sagittarius moon, and then Taurus sun up in the 10th house. I mean, my mom. Oh my God, my mom. So much fire. And here I am with like, no fire, except my chart ruler, of course, is in the fire sign of Venus, but my mom's goodies. I had no idea how good they were until I got of certain ages and could go, oh, I see why she had this. This was important. This is valuable. I love it. Okay, Pisces moon for Carla. Wonderful. Okay, good. So here's where I want y'all to go when you are looking for what would I even do. Hang on, before I do that. So here are what the steps are. You find out what is your natal moon, which I can help y'all, anybody who needs to know, but it seems like those of you who are with me live know. Those of you who are watching in replay, hey, replay crew. Hey, replay crew. Let me get that out all together there. Hey, replay crew. Thank you for being here. Put in the discussion below, in the comments, what your birth information is if you want me to get your moon for you. But if you're like, nah, I'm not giving you my birth information because that's like private stuff, totally get it. You can just go look on an app and find that for yourself, but I'm happy to help you. I just don't want you to feel exposed. If you're like, I don't want to put my birthday info out there, I get it. But once you know what sign your moon is in, getting that reset set does not have to be down to the exact minute, day, every single time. So I know I mentioned I will probably be awake at 3 a.m. on Saturday for my lunar return. But as soon as the moon moves into Libra later today, Thursday, I can go ahead and start doing lunar return homework, because the moon moving into the sign of my natal moon is enough. So I don't want you to feel too precious about like, I got to wake myself up in the middle of the night to do this work. No, you don't. Just, you got 2.5 days every month when the moon will be in the same sign it was when you were born, and that's enough to do it. Now, you can come up with fun things to do that connect you back to your natal moon using your intuition first and foremost. I don't ever want to try and override that. So if your gut is just telling you that for moon stuff, you need to be doing something with water, but your chart is all fire, I'm not going to try and talk you out of that. I'm going to say, great, that means you really are connecting with what the moon is, because the moon is very watery. And it may be that way, but in your natal chart, it's super fiery. And maybe what it's asking for in your lunar return homework is to get a little more balanced between that fire and water. Totally fine. Let yourself do the things that feel organic and natural to you, because that's what we're trying to do with honoring the moon. This lunar return homework is specifically meant to help you feel more connected with your natal settings for that whole life car experience, and to give you that sense of safety that is going to feel really yummy. So here are the steps. I'm going to show you my Canva in progress. I specifically saved the one that I had made last time with the live stream list. So look at your birth chart to find your natal moon's sign, degrees, minutes. Great. Use an app or website to identify the timing of your 13 lunar returns of 2026. And if you would prefer to have me help you with that, I got you. There you go. Those are your 13 lunar returns for 2026. And these were the ones for 2025, because of course I started working on this project before the year was over. But if you would like, I've got you covered. Your ingresses are all covered right there. You can also, of course, use an app, use whatever website makes you happy. You're going to make a date for each lunar return and really commit to keeping that date. Be like, I will show up for you. And again, it doesn't have to take long. It doesn't have to be that big a ceremony. It doesn't have to at all be witchy. It is just that moment of connecting back and resetting and checking on your feelings of safety, checking on are my needs being met. It's just a really beautiful kindness to do to yourself. And then you're going to choose a sign aligned chart harmony activity. And it doesn't have to be the same thing each time. It doesn't have to take the same amount of time each time, because you could actually even do like a bonus of, you know how we said in my natal moon, we're looking at 18 degrees. So back to my just natal chart, 18 degrees, 1 minute is my natal moon. So I could do an 18-minute long activity and really feel connected with my natal moon if I wanted to. And if I'm like, oh, 18 minutes sounds like forever, or 18 minutes sounds like forever, then I don't have to do that. But if that's a way to gamify it, to make it interesting, to keep it, changed up each time, I can play with that and enjoy that relationship in my chart a little more. There are ways to play with this that can hopefully keep it fun enough that you'll keep showing up for it. And there are some signs that are like, why are we trying to change it up every month? I don't need it to be different every month. Okay, earth signs, I got you. We can make it the same every time. After you take this date with yourself, you always want to write down, or at least record somehow, what are your observations. If you're someone who's more of a verbal person, you may want to do like just a voice note of like, what are my observations? What did I feel when I connected with myself? What kind of needs might I be getting the sign that I would like to meet better or differently? What's been revealed to me? And over time, over these 13 moons, you're really going to have a sense of intimacy with yourself that you may not have allowed before. And hopefully it's going to make you feel super yummy on lots of levels, as well as feeling safe and held. So here's what I did. I went to my website and said, I need some ideas for my lunar return coming up here in Libra later today by sign, but specifically by degree on Saturday morning. I put in at the BonnieGillespie.com website a search. I used this little search guy up here, that little spyglass, and I put in Libra moon. And then when I did that, it gave me all the things that are Libra moon on my whole blog. And I'm going to just put that in chat right here. There is a little bit of a lag on the time. So if you're like, where'd that come from? You haven't said that yet. And then I just said it. There it is. So I now have, just by putting that in, a guide. I don't even have to go read any of these posts. I mean, I can if I want to. I've got one from a couple years back called What to Do During Libra Moon. And then I have another one from less time ago than that, but still a couple years back, called Moon and Libra, Use Your Moons. And so both of these are side by side when I just search Libra Moon on my BonnieGillespie.com website. And I don't even have to go in, because this cute infographic already gives me 6 ideas. I can do one of those gua sha. I don't know how to say it, but I know how to write it. GUASHA, facial. Like, I love those tools. Like, in fact, I have a set of facial tools that are made out of this rose quartz, and I have another that's like jade. Oh my gosh, so yummy to do like those kinds of like facial tools. Love, feels so good. Venus ruler, loves that. Dress up and jazzercise. Why? Because Libra loves to get dressed up, fashion, yes please, and do a little exercise that also happens to be, fashion, yes. Let's please do that. Arrange some flowers, because anything we can make more beautiful, Libra loves that. Drink some detox tea. Libra rules the kidneys, and anything that we are trying to detox out of the system, the kidneys are going to be involved. And so let's maybe do something that helps the liver, helps the kidneys process through anything that needs to get out of the system. It's a great way to especially take that Libra moon into the Scorpio moon that comes after it. Engage with rose quartz. I just said that. So there it is right there. Settle an argument. Libra loves to be a mediator. Libra loves to get involved in debates that are not her own, so she can go, let me help y'all figure this out, because you can't see what the both sides of the argument are, but I always can. I love watching judge shows, and I don't mean like Law and Order. I mean like I love watching Judge Mathis, Judge Marilyn Milian, the hottest judge on television, People's Court. That's not on anymore, but oh my gosh, both of those shows are not on anymore except in syndication reruns. But I love, like, you present your side. I already figured this out. I know exactly what needs to be done here. I can tell you what's right, and then the judge eventually agrees with me, or rarely doesn't, and I'm reminded, Libra moon, you are so diplomatic. So these are things that if you're like, none of this sounds like a reset to me. Well, of course, if your moon's not in Libra, these things would not at all be resets. And of course, from here, you can click in and read the full articles. And then you see I also have ones for other signs. In fact, I was just saying Scorpio would be the one that comes after that. And you see here, Scorpio's got go to escape room, buy a succulent, do some deep research, use your psychic powers, balance your budget, upgrade a sex toy. Yes, please. Those are ways to honor a Scorpio moon. And if you're like, that does not feel like honoring my moon at all, well, you're not probably Scorpio moon. And so I have these for each. And the reason these two came up with Libra moon search is because on both of those pages, it'll say, click here to go back to the Libra moon when you're on the Scorpio moon page, and click here to go forward in the series from Virgo moon to the Libra moon. And of course, while we're here, let's go ahead and talk about it. The Virgo moon knocks something off your to-do list, reset your nervous system, connect with your crystals, declutter your junk drawer, be discerning with your energy, dance out all your feelings. Yes, Virgo loves that. Loves. So if I see that this Use Your Moons series is actually really helpful, what I may want to do, I'm going to go ahead and click in on this one for Virgo specifically, because we're in a Virgo moon as we're having this conversation right now. And so here, if I would like to have this image, can I open the image in new tab and get it at a decent size? I can. All right, so did y'all catch that? While you're at my blog, just go open image in new tab, and then in a new tab, it's going to pop up the larger version of this image, and then you can save as and keep it for yourself. I'm not asking you to give me an email address and buy anything. Nah, you can have it. I made this image for you, and isn't it cute? I love it. So yes, you are absolutely welcome to have all of this. But so the moon currently in Virgo. Why does knocking something off your to-do list help a Virgo moon feel safe? Well, because when your moon is in Virgo, you have all the lists of all the things that are technically problems. And if you can knock something off that list, scratch something off, check something off, oh my gosh, check enough things off your to-do list that you can rewrite the list. Okay, Virgo moon, I just described your best day. Like, not only did you get to make a list of all the things that need doing, but then you did things from the list, and then you got to rewrite the list, fresh list. Oh my God, Virgo moon, so happy, right? We can also reset that nervous system. The Virgo moon is managing this entire traffic jam of information constantly swirling through our entire human experience. So for sure, a reset to your nervous system through some breathing techniques, grounding techniques. There's so many ways to reset your nervous system that are Virgo friendly, that just getting some of that going is going to make you feel so good. Connecting with your crystals, because earth sign love to do things that connect with things that are of the earth, that are also magic. Declutter your junk drawer. All the earth signs enjoy doing a little, can we throw this away? Can we get rid of this thing? Can we purge the extra? So that is definitely something that if you're like, I can't declutter an entire drawer because it's too big a job, you can open a drawer, spot a thing that you don't need anymore, and hang on, I've got to be able to do this while I'm saying it or it's not going to count. Okay, I'm going to take this wonky hair tie that has lost most of its elastic, boom, done. I just did my Virgo moon chart harmony lunar return reset. My moon's not in Virgo, but I just did it. So it's that easy. It's that easy. Take a thing, just open and get, like, if every time you open a drawer you take something out and throw it away, oh my God, you've made a part of your earth signs in your chart feel so good. Be discerning with your energy. Definitely. Virgo, all about discernment. All about, like, yes, this is why I spot everything that needs fixing, because I have to discern where do I want to actually spend my energy. And then, of course, dancing out all your feelings, as we discussed. Big yes for getting moving and getting those feelings out, up and out. So with this, I also have slides on how Virgo is powered by Mercury. It's an earth sign. It's mutable. So explaining what each of these mean. And if your natal moon is Virgo, I've got a whole thing about you. And then I have a couple of things that I'm usually trying to promote at the last 2 slides of these. And then here's where we've got, jump on over to the Libra moon, head back for the Leo moon. So we are going to move through these together right now so I can make sure that you have yourself some ideas. Let's see what you got here at the chat before I move back into this series, though, because I want to check and see if anybody needs help finding what their natal moon is. Okie doke. Yep. Yay, Jackie, glad you are here live. Oh, yes. Michelle, we can do any of these activities if we want to connect with each moon sign, or is that too much ambition? It's not too much ambition if it feels good to you. But yes, that is definitely your Sagittarius sun, definitely talking on this Jupiter day, going, so can I do all the things? Of course you can. You often do all of the things. Of course you can. Is it a good idea to do all the things? Sometimes, yes. Your Sagittarius sun is navigating by saying, look at all the places we could go constantly, and let's go to all those places. But do it in a way that feels nurturing and replenishing. If it feels like it is overexerting, that is your system letting you know, especially being Sagittarius sun, that is your system letting you know we've got enough adventure. We don't need to add yet another adventure. So just be really careful and paying attention to, am I doing more adventure because I enjoy, this is the key with Sagittarius. You enjoy experiential living. If you don't experience it for yourself, has it even happened? So because you want to have all the experiences, so you can go collect. I have experienced all the things. Yes, have lived the world. Yes, Sagittarius, I get it. That can feel good, but it can also become an assignment that you keep making yourself do that can get a little overwhelming. So just be sure that you're checking in with yourself and you're not trying to do all the things so you can escape from your real life. Okay, that's a big Jupiter ruled key that I want to make sure to share there. Sagittarius moon, excellent. I'm so glad you're here. Cryptids, leaps, and good. VO loves Virgo placements. Enjoyed all the Virgo moon support. Great. Yes, now technically, if you're like, I don't even feel all that connected to my natal moon, but as I'm going through each of these signs and you're like, oh, I really like the idea of honoring each of these signs that the moon moves through. Seriously, y'all, in a month, you can absolutely collect all of these and do one little thing for each time the moon changes signs, because the moon changes signs every 2.25 days, 2.5 days. As that's happening, you are able to experience all of the signs in a way that feels hopefully like a microdose and not something that is completely overwhelming, because you are by the way, I'm allowing myself my one fizzy water of the day. I'm supposed to only have one a day, and technically if I can do less than that, better. Y'all those of you who are joining me for the second live stream this afternoon may catch me having a second fizzy water. We'll see. I'm gonna try and do without. I was trying to do without and I made it 40 minutes. But then I'm like, oh, I need my fizzy water. Okay. But anyway, being able to experience all the moons by doing one thing for each sign as the moon changes signs is also a great way to get in touch with every part of your chart, because we all have all 12 signs. If we go back to the natal chart for me here, did I go? I did not. I hit there. Okay, now I did. All right, this chart wheel has all 12 signs. Now, I don't feel all that close to the Sagittarius parts of my chart because I don't have anything there. Capricorn part of my chart, don't have anything there. Aquarius part of my chart, don't have anything there. Pisces part of my chart, only when I made myself start doing Pisces chart harmony to get in touch with my Pisces North Node in anticipation of my nodal return coming this year. Yep, I'm about to have my nodal return. It's a biggie. And I wanted to be really connected to this part of my chart by the time I got here. And believe me, I've done the work and it has been pure magic. And I'm so excited for my nodal return now, whereas before I was kind of like, I don't know what that's going to be like. I didn't feel very connected to Pisces part of my chart. Now I do. Aries part of my chart, I still don't feel all that connected with, even though I've now had my Chiron return. But Gemini part of my chart, I feel incredibly connected to, even though I have nothing in Gemini, because I spend so much of my life in ninth house pursuits. So much of my life is academia, is research, is going all over with what can I learn and how can I learn it and can I go experientially. So I'm doing so many ninth house things that I do spend a lot of time in there doing that stuff. But when I take a look at where are the quietest parts of my chart, I got a shit ton of energy packed over here in Cancer and Libra, and then a little bit in a couple of other places, but not a lot here. So when the moon is in these signs, doing one little thing that connects me with these signs helps me get to know these parts of my chart. And these parts of my chart do show up, even though I don't have things in those houses natally. So this is, I think, a really good practice for anyone who would like to get better connected with the parts of their chart that may feel a little foreign. So Libra, we've already done it, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but I wanted to give you this larger version of it. If you would like to save this slide from screen grab here, you're certainly welcome to, but obviously you can go to my website and click through these and save them from there if you would like the actual file. So any one of these things that I'm going to do today, tomorrow, the next day is going to help me feel connected to my lunar return homework, my lunar return homework. But I absolutely do not have to feel that I have to do all the things every time. It is absolutely just in service of feeling good, feeling better. Again, all these same tools for you await if you would like to check them out. And I make each of these open in their own tab, and I'm wondering, do I need to do that really? But I'm not gonna edit my website right this second, because that's not the goal. Scorpio moon. So this will be a shift that happens at 2:55 a.m. on January 11th. That time is Pacific. 2:55 a.m. Pacific. We will shift into, so that's on the 11th of January, 2:55 a.m. Pacific. We will shift into a Scorpio moon. And Scorpio loves to solve a problem, go into escape room. Yes, please. Give me something that is difficult, challenging, other people are going to get frustrated by. I'm going to figure it out. Let's also buy a succulent. Oh my God. If there's a plant that Scorpio connects with, it's this prickly, sometimes water holding plant so it's got all of that slurpy succulent kind of vibe of being a plant that doesn't need to be watered or cared for all that much and can also sometimes be prickly, but also that is a mystery. Like, how does this stay alive in the middle of the desert? Like, wow, this is so cool. It's very, very, very scorpionic. Do some deep research. If you would like something researched as deep as it can possibly be, you want to talk conspiracy theory, find yourself a Scorpio moon. You're going to be able to have a deep, 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 deep conversation about all the ways that this could go. And I kind of love it. Use your psychic powers. You don't have to let other people know you have them, but you might as well use them because you've got them. Balance your budget. Scorpio loves to get things in order. This is very much like that escape room energy. There's a problem here that other people find difficult. They can't solve it. I can. Let me balance that budget, or somebody else's. And upgrade a sex toy, because Scorpio rules the sex organs and also anything that goes in the body in one form and leaves it in another form. So it's also when I eat something, but then it comes out the other end, in after whatever gets used in my body and the rest goes out as waste. That is a Scorpio thing as well. So anything that is about the reproductive system or the excrement that we do, and I mean that's down to the boogers and the earwax and all of that, nothing is grody in the mind of the Scorpio. That is all stuff that is to be treasured and loved on and used as fuel for how it is to feel good. And of course I have extras on here as well. If you're like, how do I get to this? This is, again, if we go just to my chart, to my website and put in the search bar right here, we could put in whatever the sign is and the word moon, and you're going to land on all of these. But I'm just taking you through the series from a couple years ago because it's right here handy while we are together. I'm also reminded I got to show y'all a thing that I built when we get to Capricorn next. So in the Sagittarius moons, because I know we got a Sagittarius moon in the house, at least one, these are going to be explore new spaces. Like I said, Sagittarius loves to live life experientially. What can I go out and experience and therefore learn and have as a new thing in my life? Try lucid dreaming. Dude, lucid dreaming, so good. So Sagittarius moon kicks in at 3:33 p.m. Pacific on January 13th. So anytime after that for a couple of days, we're in the Sagittarius moon. You may want to play with some microdosing. Sagittarius loves expansion of the mind in lots of different ways. Fire away. Decide what it is that you want to do and take action. Yes, fire away and hitting the target. These things down here can feel a little more like Mars, but also remember Sagittarius is that archer. Sagittarius loves to take aim and then take flight toward whatever that goal is. Those big goals are important, but also going after them feels really good to the Sagittarius. Study astrology. Sagittarius loves to study philosophy and the classics and psychology and law, politics, like anything that you want to go deep on that's like a big high brain activity, academic like that, very, very yummy to the Sagittarius. And learn a language. Heck yeah. Go in and decide this is the every Sagittarius moon I'm going to do however many challenges on Duolingo, or I'm going to practice my sign language that I've been learning. Whatever it is that you would like to play with that helps you expand is going to be a good option for the Sagittarius moon. And then next up, obviously, again, of course, big old Jupiter powered by, yes, and lots and lots and lots of goodies here for you. And then we jump over to the Capricorn moon. All right, so before I forget, the Capricorn moon is to remind me that I created something for my revisioning membership, and I'm going to put this link in the chat because I would love for y'all to join us while the replay for Capricorn is still available. This is the cute, amazing thing that I made for the Capricorn body in revisioning. Why am I talking about this? This is my most accessible membership. It is incredibly cool. We are spending this year, starting with Capricorn, so we just started with Capricorn season, doing body astrology. Like, what is your body through each of the signs? And so this is just an example of one of the things that I've created for the membership. And like I said, this is my most affordable membership. We meet once a month. We do the body through that sign. And then we talk through, what is this in your chart? What kinds of things might you experience in your body? Obviously, this is not medical advice ever. I'm not a doctor. Don't pretend to be one. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. This is all just doing your body through Capricorn. What sorts of things do you want to honor? How do you want to connect with yourself and your Capricorn body? Here are some ways to do it. And so I will have one of these for each sign, and I'm making them through the year. And so I would love for you to feel free to have this. I was going to say I'll put the link in here, but this is saved on my local computer. So this is more screen grab if you would like to have this. There you go. But I will be doing one of these for each of the signs as a part of this year-long membership. And it is over at our course space at Teachable. And right now we do have space at Teachable and at Thinkific. We're in the middle of a move, but you are fine coming in and joining at this space if you would like to. Thank you for that word from our sponsor. Now let's go over to, you love revisioning, Rain. I'm so glad you do. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, Michelle says, I will keep it simple and carry the corresponding crystal or burn the corresponding incense or wear the corresponding oil. Quick but intentional connections that won't overwhelm me. That's beautiful. That is exactly correct. Michelle, well done. I love that. That is so, so, so good. Yes, not an obligation, just for fun. You got it. You got it. Okay, so when the moon is in Capricorn, for the Capricorn moons natally, or anybody who wants to celebrate Capricorn moon with me, we can start at 3:47 a.m. Pacific on January 16th. I'm going to bring this a little closer over so I don't have to lean so far when I'm looking for it. Okay, for the Capricorn moon, invest in yourself. If you want to take an online course, if you want to take an in-person course, if you want to put some money in your low interest yield, low risk, I don't know, whatever, clearly no Capricorn placements. I cannot tell you what good investments are at all, but a Capricorn moon will be able to do that. And getting invested in those kinds of ways, great. Have some bone broth, yes. Do a thing that you should do. Capricorn ruled by Daddy Saturn. Daddy Saturn loves to tell you what you should be doing. So doing a should feels really good to a Capricorn moon. Connecting with ancestors, oh my gosh, that's such a big Capricorn thing to do. Take the lead. You've got a place that you can go, a thing that you could do, a place that you've got community that counts on you. If you could show them some leadership, that would be incredibly helpful. Lift weights. Whoo, as you saw from our Capricorn body slide over here from revisioning, body parts ruled by Capricorn, all bones, joints, ligaments, tendons, cartilage. Like, you want to do things that are like weight bearing exercise. You want to do things that help you build strength and bone density. Those are like the big muscles, those, especially the ones in the thighs. Oh my gosh, so Capricorn to get those going. And so anything that you can do that feels grounded, like earth sign stuff, lifting those weights, absolutely good Capricorn chart harmony, definitely. And then, of course, on the rest of this blog post from a couple years back, I've got more information about your Capricorn moon experience. And of course, little advertising from our sponsor. Okay, we're going to now jump ahead to the Aquarius moon. And now I'm seeing I actually have some of those in a weird order. I may go back to this blog post and I think I need to make like a central page where you can link to all of these. Oh my gosh, the list of to-dos, Gillespie. It is appropriate that you just got to the Aquarius moon, because the Aquarius moon is going to have all the ideas and all the things at once, and you can't do them all, and you get so overwhelmed you can't do any. This will be 2:17 p.m. on the 18th of January. Again, that time is Pacific. This is when we move into the Aquarius moon. Great time to do breath work. All of our air signs do really well with breath work and other things that are lung supported, because air signs, including Gemini especially, go through the lungs, but all air signs do this. You might want to binge a true crime podcast, because podcasts in general are going to be fun for Aquarius, but ones that are also about some, like, let's get to the bottom of this, brings a little bit of that Aquarius interest in justice and things that are Daddy Saturn by traditional rule. Organize a movement. Organize a movement. If you are out there protesting, if you want to go get out in those streets, I mean, bless Minnesota, y'all, 20-degree weather, and getting out there and protesting all night. I love y'all so much. My God, I am cold at 68 degrees. So I am absolutely in awe. But if you got Aquarius moon, you don't feel temperature. You're like, we have a movement that we got to organize. We got to get out here and make things happen. Go running. Since Aquarius rules the Achilles tendon, the heel, the shins, and the calves, those are all places that are highlighted by doing things like running. And of course, I will be creating one of those infographic slides for the Aquarius body coming up here soon, because we will have revisioning the Aquarius body next. Revive an old Tamagotchi. You know you got one. I know I got one. Okay, so this furniture back here, y'all, hang on. Not that you're like all up in my business, but you know I love to share and overshare. So all of these sofas here, like this sectional, every bit of it is actually storage. Underneath each of these cushions, there's a compartment with like all of my childhood and teenhood. So in case you're ever, I don't know, raiding my apartment for some reason, this is where you go for all the good shit from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. But I know for certain there is an old Tamagotchi in one of those underneath storage spaces. And I would love to pull it out and revive it in celebration of the Aquarius moon, because that is so the kind of retro techno experience that Aquarius is into. And using cannabis is actually good with all, within the laws of your wherever, blah, 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 blah. We live in a lawless society right now, so I'm not sure why I'm worried about disclaimer, but for some reason I want to say, in accordance with the laws wherever you are, please use cannabis. Use it because Daddy Saturn also rules cannabis and anything that we can use all the way. And so cannabis is one of those plants, the herb of, use the hemp, use the leaves, use the roots, use like everything that you can and make something out of it. I mean, like, it's such a useful weed that it also does a lot of things that our Daddy Saturn values. And Aquarius is like, yes, please, that sounds fun to me. Great. Of course, from there, you see I have more on Aquarius if you would like to know more. Oh my God, can I have to share this testimonial that I turned into a slide because I love it so much. By the way, Bon, can we just talk abundance real quick? Since my money altar has been completed, my husband just got like a huge promotion and a gigantic raise. I just got an acting job and I got paid like $1,000 for 1 day work, and my chickens, who have never laid eggs yet, suddenly just popped out 17 eggs in like a week. And I'm like, that is amazing. I love this, and I'm turning it into a Chart Harmony testimonial. And I did, because come on. Chicken, 17 eggs, let's go. Let's go. All right, now we're going to go to our Pisces moon example. So for those of you psychics with Pisces moon, your time and date, and I know time and date's not a big thing for you Pisces moon, but for the rest of us who like to keep up with time and date, on the 20th of January at 10:49 p.m. Pacific, we move into the Pisces moon, and that Pisces moon, again, powered by Jupiter, so it's going to be lots of things that are possible. You do not have to do them all. Do not get too lost. Escape in a float tank. Oh my gosh, does Pisces moon love a good soak? Yes, catch up on sleep. Don't have to tell me twice, says Pisces. I already fell asleep. Compose some music. Pisces is so creative musically and lyrically. Use that energy. Yes, play D&D. Go for it. Do things that are very witchy, because Pisces moon. Get a foot rub. Go to a foot spa. Give yourself a pedicure. Go get a pedicure. Whatever it is that gets your feet engaged, you want to do that if you're Pisces moon, and you want to do that every month, because sometimes you forget you're in a body, and getting the stuff moving all through all the places in your feet, really great for your entire system. And the Pisces astrology, body astrology for Pisces, a lot of the like pituitary gland and pineal gland and the endocrine system, there's like a whole bunch of systems that get going with a lot of the Pisces work. And so we get a lot of that activated with moon, with foot stuff. And then wear turquoise or any other of the many crystals that are correct for Pisces. There's a bunch of correspondences for those because, of course, Pisces magic. Pisces Jupiter ruled, water sign, mutable. And if your natal moon is in Pisces, I got a whole thing for you here. Yes, I do. And now let's get to that Aries moon. When are we in Aries moon, Bon? That's going to be January 23rd, starting at 5:25 a.m. Pacific. Woohoo! So what are we going to do for that Aries moon? Start something. Start it. Just start it. Just whatever it was that you were waiting for it to get correct. No, just start it. Just start it. Pop off, shout, go ahead, get loud, go ahead, let people know. This got to happen. It's got to happen. They were asking for it. You got to do it. Do some cardio. Aries loves to move. Move. Wear red. Absolutely. You betcha. On every layer possible, please. And if you're like, what layers? I'm only wearing this one thing. Go Aries moon. Get a scalp massage. Body astrology. The rulership by Aries is pretty much the head. And so there's some of it that's also Taurus, but for this conversation in general, anything that's a part of your head, that's going to be some Aries stuff. So that scalp massage feels so good, whether you're doing it to yourself or going and getting one. Eat spicy foods. Absolutely. If you're like, I can't do spicy foods, can you drink a spicy margarita? How about a spicy Bloody Mary? Or that's even more Mars. Anything like that. The Aries moon is going to enjoy that quite a bit. Also, of course, for Aries, I've got more information here on the Aries moon slides. And we're going to go over here to the Taurus moon. When do we move into Taurus moon? So glad you asked. That is going to happen at 10:05 a.m. Pacific on January 25th. And so if your natal moon is in the Beyonce placement of Taurus, yay you, read a book. Read a book. You're like, well, I'm always reading a book. How is this celebrating my lunar return? Because you're doing it intentionally. Even if it's something that you do all the time, when you are doing it as a part of your lunar return homework, you are specifically going in and saying, I am connecting with my moon. I am starting this adventure of reading to specifically connect with my Taurus moon. I'm going to tend the garden, and I'm going to go do that in a way that feels very yummy to my Taurus moon. Open your throat chakra. You know, I mentioned how in body astrology, the head is Aries in general. As we move down into the throat and the neck, now we're in Taurus territory, headed toward Gemini territory. It does actually move head to toe. Because, you know, Pisces, we were at the feet, and then Aries, we're back up here at the head. It actually does move like that. So, in general, Taurus, you know, open that throat chakra, do anything that helps that voice. That kind of open expression is going to feel really, really good and yummy. It can make you feel a little vulnerable, and the Taurus moon being exalted can say this is a lot. If you're the Beyonce placement, it can feel like a lot is asked of you because, you know, it is. Upgrade a kitchen tool. It's time to go in and find that old wooden spoon that ain't doing anybody any favors and upgrade it for a slightly nicer, new wooden spoon. It is an investment that you can engage in once a decade, Taurus. I promise. It's okay. Take a nap. Again, like with that Pisces moon, sleep, done. You don't have to tell me twice, already done. Host a dinner party. Taurus loves to host. Taurus is such a great host. Taurus moon, host a dinner party. If you're like, I don't actually want to have people in my space, great. Go host a thing out somewhere and have everybody come to the place, and then you all go your separate ways so you don't have to have them invading your home. Totally get that. And that is absolutely fair game. And you can schedule that for every Taurus lunar return. There's a dinner party that you host, and maybe it's at a new place every time if you want to keep things changed up. Absolutely. All of these are fair game. That's why we love it, because we can do all sorts of different things with this. Now, speaking of doing different things with this, Gemini, our Gemini moon is going to kick in at 12:55 p.m. Pacific on January 27th. And so for our Gemini moon, get curious. Again, Gemini moon's like, I'm always curious. What are you talking about? Yes, specifically, get curious, get excited for what can I check out? What can I experience? What can I learn? Talk to yourself. Again, Gemini's like, I'm already doing that, Bonnie. You're not giving me anything new. This is all stuff I already do. I know. Where patterns. Moon in Gemini, Mercury rulership. We love patterns that don't match, especially. Oh my gosh, that is so much fun for Mercury. Like all of the different ways of communicating texture and fabric and look and feel. Oh my God, so much fun for Mercury. Play an instrument. Gemini, you're already incredibly musically talented, whether you know it or not. So start picking up an instrument and say, maybe by this time next year, through each Gemini moon, I'm going to get this much better at the piano, the guitar, the bongos, whatever it is that you're into. Post on socials. Look, y'all, Zuckerberg locked me the fuck out of my Instagram account, but only one of them. I have two Instagram accounts, one for Bonnie Gillespie and one for Chart Harmony. And I have two-factor authentication set up on them. So I go to log in and I get a text message with the code that I put in, and then I should be in. But I did that to get into Chart Harmony because for the first time in 9 months, I wanted to go into the Chart Harmony account and I wanted to follow another astrologer because I saw her work and was like, oh, this is great. She shared it at the Chart Harmony Discord, and I went, ooh, I want to follow you. And so when I tried to do so, Zuckerberg said, no, I'm sorry, you do not have the code. I'm like, I do. You texted it to me. I got the code. Here it is, Meta. Take it. Let me in. And it said, well, no, now you're going to need to give us one of the backup codes that we told you to take a screen grab of back when you set up two-factor authentication. You remember when you set all this up and we told you to take a screen grab of these codes? Did you do that? Of course I did that. I got Virgo in the 12th house. I fucking did that. I did it and I put it in a folder, and the folder's marked some bullshit that they make me do at Instagram. Great. So I went to that folder, some bullshit that they make me do at Instagram, pulled that up. Sure enough, from 3 years ago, there it is. And I put in the code and it goes, no, we're going to make you prove you're you. You have to give us a video selfie. Please follow the commands on your screen as we tell you to look this way and look this way. And the whole time I'm like, I hate you, fuck you, this is stupid, this is why no one likes you, you billionaire autocrat. I can't. So anyway, I had to take my SATs, but I finally got back into my Chart Harmony Instagram account. And then once I was there, I was like, why do I even want to be here? Why do I want to be here? So if you are still doing socials, which less and less am I being given a reason to want to do socials outside of the Discord we have for Chart Harmony, which I absolutely love. If on the Gemini moon you want to do a quick visit at socials, you will be better in tune with it, and it will feel like less of a pain in the tuchus, maybe. But I don't know. I'm just not feeling a lot of my experience with socials anymore. And there are people everywhere going, I burned my this, I got rid of that account. And look, y'all, I specifically went friendsless at Facebook in 2009, 2010. I have a whole series on my blog about how I went friendsless at Facebook and kept a friendsless account and built my business with my business account and not a friend's account. Like, absolutely. You do not have to use socials the way they say you have to use socials, but also we don't have to use this shit at all because it's all just nah. But anyway, if you're gonna, then Gemini moon is a great time to do it. And then LaxVox vocal therapy. I love this so much, especially as we go from Taurus moon to Gemini moon. The LaxVox therapy is so good. And it is basically an inch of water in a bottle, and like clean water in a clean bottle, and a straw. And the straw needs to be a pretty thick straw. And you're not going to be drinking. You're going to actually be blowing bubbles into this little receptacle of, it's just you can use your own, like you can make your own. You could also buy from the LaxVox people a specific straw and a specific bottle. Like they of course have merch you can do, but you really do not have to do that. This is a technique for breathing where you just hum and breathe bubbles into this tube and like blow bubbles in the water that's down at the bottom while you're humming and changing the different notes that you're using. And what it's doing is it's opening up your vocal cords in a way that will absolutely affect your speaking voice. And I'm going to be doing this because I started noticing recently that my voice is aging. And this is a thing that happens. And I was trying to sing a song that I always have been able to sing, and suddenly it was like out of my range. And I went, why is this song out of my range? And I'm like, well, first of all, you're not doing karaoke like you used to. I used to do karaoke at least 5 times a year on Thirsty Third Thursdays, and I haven't done that in a minute. And so I was like, so for one, there's that, but for two, you're aging. And when you age, your vocal cords do change in their moistness and in their suppleness. And there absolutely is some of that cracking and fatiguing that shows up. And I'm like, you know what will help with that? LaxVox. And I think I'm going to honor Gemini moon by doing some LaxVox. And speaking of singing, there's Thalma, Grammy-nominated artist, sharing her love. So grateful for you and your work. You have no idea how much time spent in bullshit you saved me from. Actually, you do. I know you do. Thank you. Yes, go get your Grammy, Thalma. She's coming back to the States at some point this year for a visit, and I'm going to get to spend some time with her. But right now she is changing the world in her home of Brazil. So proud of her. All right, moon in Cancer. All right, we're getting there. Moon in Cancer. This shift is going to happen on the 29th of January at 2:31 p.m. Pacific. And here is where we are going to do our Cancer things. No peopling. No peopling. As much as Cancer is the nurturer, no peopling, please. Is what the moon in Cancer says. Do some journaling, absolutely reflecting, go to therapy, all of that. Do a tarot spread for sure. Soak in the tub. Love a bubble bath in the Cancer moon. Oh my gosh. And what I really love to do is a dry brushing before getting in the bubble bath on Cancer moon, especially because it's like I'm shedding off all of the extra emotions that Cancer likes to pick up. And even though I do not have a Cancer moon, I have a Cancer stellium, so I definitely feel the need to honor a lot of Cancer stuff. Wear silver. That is very definitely a Cancer metal. Eat comfort food. Whatever it is that brings you comfort and makes you feel nurtured and nourished. Like seriously, it can be ice cream. It does not have to be healthy. And by the way, let's not get into labels about all that, but enjoy yourself some food that makes you feel nurtured and held. That comfort food is very definitely a Cancer moon thing to do. And of course, I have more for you here and here and here and here. Now we are going to go to the Leo moon. Bum, 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 bum. And when we are in the Leo moon, which we will do at 4:08 p.m. Pacific on January 31st, we get into our Leo moon. That Leo moon says, go get your do done. That Leo good hair. I always remember this as a kid learning astrology alongside my mother, the astrologer, Charles C. Love. The Leo glyph to me looks like good hair. It looks like that girl, you know, that little like flip hair. I love it. So go get your do done. Easy to remember. Anything about your mane. Leo moon loves that. Go take the stage, drink a mimosa, bottomless. Sure, why not? It's Leo, more. And I know Leo is not ruled by Jupiter and the more of it all, but Leo does, as the representative of the sun, also like a big more, because the sun is a lot. Love up on others. Leo is the best hugger, best, let me take you into my heart. Let me give you lots of love and make you feel seen and loved up on. So definitely take advantage of that energy. Wear gold. So just like silver for Cancer, we've got gold for Leo. Do heart opening yoga. The body astrology of Leo is ruling the heart, as well as the spine and some of the just middle of ourselves. But as we do anything that's heart opening, especially with yoga, we are doing a nice treat for the Leo parts of our chart. And of course, more information here. And we are coming around to the Virgo moon that we are currently in as we wrap up our live stream. Last call for questions in the live chat. Those of you in the replay crew, hey, replay crew, I got you in the comments, so please go for it there as well. And of course, we've looked at this, but we're going to look at it one last time because this is the moon that we're in right now. And this is our knock something off the to-do list. Get that Virgo moon. When are we next in the Virgo moon? We're in one right now. And as we next Virgo moon, it will be the 2nd of February, 7:21 p.m. Pacific. Knock something off that to-do list. Reset that nervous system. Connect with crystals. Declutter your junk drawer. Do I have to open it up and find something else to throw away? Because you know, if I really want to do this right, that's what I should do. Okay, wait. I gotta dig for something. Okay, seriously. Y'all, dance out your feelings, be discerning with your energy. Obviously, we've done this slide already, but I gotta show you what the magic drawer yielded. White out from Bic. This is liquid paper. This is white out. This is like if you make a mistake, drag this across what you typed or what you wrote, and it drags the white out across it. I know this probably still works, but when is the last time I used white out? Do I throw it away? I kind of don't want to throw it away because it's also kind of like I got a little nostalgia going on. Damn it. I got to find something in this Virgo moon that I can get rid of. Oh, y'all, because I found it. It is my 2025 mini moon calendar for Europe. I tend to buy something that also shows me the moons in other parts of the world so that I, at a glance, can be helpful there too. Okay. I do love how this feels though. Look at me getting it. Oh my God, I'm the worst. I am the worst. I want to keep this because it feels good. Gillespie, it is legit the 2025 moon calendar for a place you don't even live. All right, I threw it out. I'm keeping this one I'm going to hang on to this for a minute. I'm going to see if I can use it one more time before I get rid of it. All right, y'all. Any last questions? This is a last call. Yay! You found your Tamagotchis. I love it. Love my turquoise. Love spicy margaritas. Okay, love this. The authentication. I know. Less and less and less. Yes. Exactly what happened to hubby and I in our Facebook gone. Yep. Let it go. Yeah, Laxvox is amazing, VO. You would love it. It is something that feels like getting your thirst quenched in a place that you don't actually reach with fluids. Something to keep in mind. Where do we go again to print out the moon slides? Okay, so Michelle, what you're going to do is go over to my blog. You're going to go to BonnieGillespie.com. So if you just go to BonnieGillespie.com, boom, there it is. This is all the things. And then you're going to go into the search and you're going to put what yours is. What did you say yours is? Is your I know you are Sagittarius, but what is your moon? I can't remember. Why can't I remember? I know I can remember. Sagittarius sign, but what is your moon? What is your moon? Michelle, I know I can pull up your chart and find out. And it's recyclable. I know, yes. Neighbor borrowed from me that type of whiteout last year. No way. You just used whiteout yesterday? Okay, come on, y'all. All right. Okay, so I'm going to not wait for the lag on this, and I'm just going to put in Leo moon. I know that's not you, but I'm going to go ahead and put in Leo moon. And in the Leo moon, there, just putting that in, I'm going to land on all things that help me. Which series? It's Leo moon. Michelle. I love it when that happens. I'm just like, I know this isn't right. I'm just going to pick it because I had a 1 in 12 chance of getting it. I totally got it. That's amazing. I love it. I love it when that happens. Yay. That is such a God wink. That is such a nudge from the universe. I love it. Okay. So you're going to go here and then that'll take you into this series. And then this is what I was saying. I need to actually create a whole single page where you can get all of these. And I may do that at some point, but I've got 10 projects in front of that. But then you go to each of these, and then if you want to print this out, you can just open it like that and print from there, or save it locally and then put it on, put it in a Google Doc or a Word doc or whatever makes it easiest to print out for you. Your sound went out? No. Okay, well, it's going to be funny. When you go back and play it, it'll be funny. All right, y'all. The world is a lot. This was fun. I will come back and edit the description with time code and eventually a link to my 13 Moons Later offer, which I really hope I do have ready for y'all during this Libra lunar return for me. So hopefully before the weekend is completely over. This is your reminder to know that even when everything in the world seems terrifying, uncertain, troubling, hard, our work is, and remember that we can create change, and that there's being in a place that's scary and looking at how scary it can get, or being in a place that's scary and looking at all the miracles that continue to happen. Look at all the miracles that continue to happen, no matter the situation. Constantly the miracles are happening and you can't stop those because they're not about the silly shit that we do down here. What did I want to give y'all in that regard? I had a thing. Hang on. Am I going to be able to think of it? Am I going to be able to think of it before I forget? Yes. On YouTube, there, if you're like, I need the amount of news that makes me not poisoned by it, how can I receive that information? There is an account on YouTube called Silent Middle Child, and I love it because it is someone neurodivergent playing games, headphones, games, multiple monitors, playing, and taping sibling says, hey, I don't remember what the kid's name is, but hey kid, tell me what happened yesterday in Minnesota. And then in 2.5 minutes, without taking his fingers off the keyboards, without taking his eyes off the game, he just takes the headphone back off one ear to hear the sibling say, hey, what happened in Minnesota yesterday? And then he says it, and he says it in ways that help us know what's really happening and what is this really about. And if that is something that would be a good amount of news to take in from someone who is clinically dispassionate, the way he describes it is matter of fact, but also here's what the deeper meaning is, and here's some stuff that we can do, and it's short. This is a really good way I have found to become aware of what's going on without getting myself too emotionally engaged, because I have so much water in my chart. If I spend too much time, meaning kind of any lately, watching any sort of news or even the monologues by the late show hosts, I get myself in a place where I am, yes, the world is a lot and hard, and all I see is all the bad things happening. And I need to remind myself I want to see all the miracles that continue to happen no matter the state of the world, and trust more miracles, especially the more we focus on them. Okay. I love you, beautiful people, so much. Thank you for spending this time with me. Please remember to do your energetic hygiene. I will be back with you for Use Your Moons next week. Is Use Your Moons next week? I think Use Your Moons is next week. Is Use Your Moons next week? It is! 1 week from today, the 15th. Oh, and join me at 2:30 over on my friend Andrea's account for a live stream at 2:30 today. I'll give you that link one more time. I'm so glad you're here. I miss you. Thank you for joining me. Yay. Yes, amen to focusing on maintaining, creating the positive in every minute to the best of our abilities, but also knowing it's not my responsibility to make the world heal, because the whole world has a lot of work to do in that area. What I can do is make my situation feel less reactive and help those in my immediate reach feel a little more resourced and a little less terrified. Yeah. I love you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me. It is such a pleasure to get to spend this time with you. I love you all. Come join me at 2:30 Pacific if you want to hear about more things, getting gear for the next year. Our launch Zoom is on January 21st, our kickoff Zoom for 100 days of amazing daily support, encouragement, content for the creatives out there. And this amazing person that I'm spending time with this afternoon is also an astrologer, so we'll be talking about self-management for actors through the lens of astrology. And I'm really excited to see where the conversation goes. Always, especially when I get to spend time with y'all. We take the conversation in so many neat places, and I really appreciate you all. Take good care of yourselves. Mwah. I love you. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.